What's going on, guys? GSMASTY here and welcome to a brand new video and welcome to a new transfer episode today. The date is going to be Saturday the 7th of March. We have confirmed to go through as well as the rumours. So just before we get started, if you could do our good stuff by leaving a like rating, press the subscribe button if you're new, and press the bell notification next to it so you never miss an upload. My previous episode will be down below in the description box, and today's question of the day: who is going to win this weekend's Manchester derby? Right, so the first story today is about Tim Howard, and recently, a couple months ago, he did decide to retire from football, but he's already come out of retirement. So he is one of the part owners of a club called Memphis 901 FC, and now he's signed on officially as a player. And before that, he spent 3.5 seasons with Colorado Rapids, and now, in addition to being the general manager and, like I mentioned before, the minority owner, Howard will now sign on as a player with a second-year club. Ralph Farman is in talks to end his loan spell at Norwich and join Norwegian side SK Brann instead, and this source is, or the story is from various different outlets. The 31-year-old goalkeeper is currently on loan from Schalke, but so far only made the 3 appearances, and because of that, Norwich will not stand in his way if he wishes to get more first-team football. Yaya Toure has ended talks regarding a possible switch to Brazilian side Botafogo. The 36-year-old former Manchester City and Barca star is on the lookout for a new club, but Botafogo's vice president has said, "Yaya told us he wants to play in Botafogo. There is a very impactful decision for him and his family," and to be clear, Yaya did not accept, saying no. Corriere dello Sport are suggesting that Atletico Madrid could make an attempt to sign Chucky Lozano from Napoli this summer. The Mexico international joined the Italian side from PSV earlier this season, but so far has been unable to cement a place in the starting 11 and has really failed to impress. And because of that, Atletico are trying to get into Spain, but they do face competition from 3 Premier League sides. Those clubs are Everton, West Ham and Wolves. Marca is saying that Villarreal striker Carlos Bacca has emerged as a transfer target for Atlanta United. The MLS club want the 33-year-old to replace Joseph Martinez, who suffered an ACL injury during a 2-1 win over Nashville on Sunday. He will probably miss the whole MLS campaign now after just one match, and they may look to bring a few players in to replace him. Paris Saint-Germain defender Thiago Silva wants to join Barcelona this summer, according to Mundo Deportivo. The Brazil international is out of contract in Paris at the end of the season, and as of right now is very unlikely to be offered a new deal. And because of this, he is hopeful he'll be able to convince Barca to sign him, and the main reason for that is because he wants to fulfill his dream of playing alongside Lionel Messi. Like, despite his age, he's still one of the best defenders around, and has proven so this season kind of thing. I think it'd be a good addition to whoever he joins, like whether it is Barcelona or maybe a return to AC Milan, it's still got a world-class defender. This next one isn't a transfer, but it's full confirmation now that Monaco's Gelson Martins has been banned for 6 months. The reason for that is because he did push a referee back in February, and he's now going to miss the rest of the season, and also the start of next season. Calcio Mercato are saying that Inter are still keeping tabs on Chelsea fullback Marcos Alonso. The Blues will only consider selling the Spaniard though if their €30 million valuation is met. And Antonio Conte is interested in working with him again, and they were linked to him back in the January window. And if Chelsea can manage to bring in Alex Telles from Porto, and the rumoured fee for that one is like 20 million, to potentially sell Marcos Alonso for more, that'd be fantastic business, and fair play if they pull it off. And the next story comes from UOL. They are saying Brazilian attacker Willian has rejected a 2-year deal from Chelsea, and because of this could now join Tottenham in the summer. The 31-year-old is only interested in signing a 3-year deal, and because of this, Spurs are now looming as a possible destination, and Frank Lampard does want to keep him, but because he does have a lot of options for next season and would be a free, he doesn't really have too much of a say on the matter now. Juventus are keeping a close eye on Santos starlet Caio Jorge, and the Serie A champions are considering activating his release clause, which currently is €50 million. The story is from Goal.com, and they do add that the highly rated 18-year-old is the latest talent to drop off a famed production line in South America. Juve were linked to Gabriel Jesus a couple days ago, so they are looking to sign a striker. And now we have a bit of an update from a story that I mentioned a couple days ago. So The Athletic are saying that Manchester United are prepared to do battle in the transfer market with Borussia Dortmund, and this is over Birmingham City midfielder Jude Bellingham. BVB did agree a fee with the Blues for the 16-year-old, but the Red Devils could yet swoop in and hijack a potential deal. United's executive vice chairman Ed Woodward is believed to be personally working on the move, and because of that he might be more enticed to get the deal over the line, but again they do face a lot of competition from Dortmund, who right now are probably the front runners. And now we move on to 4 different stories about Arsenal, and the very first one is from Calcio Mercato. They're saying Arsenal are in pole position to sign Juventus defender Merih Demiral. The Bianconeri have turned down offers from Milan, Leicester and Atletico for the 21-year-old, and that most recently was in the January transfer window. But the Gunners are well placed to secure a deal in the summer transfer window, and it would be a permanent basis. And Arteta is fully aware that the area that Arsenal are the most weak at the moment is the defence, and they may have players coming through or a player for next season already in Saliba, and he definitely seems like a very good addition. But him alone won't fix that defence and the defensive issues. They will be very active this summer in my opinion. And in fact a second centre-back is linked to Arsenal now according to 90 Min. They're saying Manchester City defender John Stones is a subject of interest from Arsenal. The current Premier League champions are willing to offload the 25-year-old who has fallen down the squad pecking order under Pep Guardiola this season. Mikel Arteta worked closely with Stones at the Etihad Stadium during his time as Guardiola's assistant, and is prepared to offer him the chance to revive his career at Arsenal in the summer. And now a player potentially leaving Arsenal according to Calcio Mercato is going to be midfielder and defender Ainsley Maitland-Niles. They say that AC Milan have identified him as a transfer target, but do face competition from Inter Milan as well. The Rossoneri though are hoping to beat their arch rivals to his signature, and they see him as a good option for the future. Arsenal are keeping tabs on Jonathan David as they prepare for the possibility of losing at least one of their 2-star strikers in the summer. The Gunners have been scouting the 20-year-old frontman, who plays currently for Ghent in Belgium, and they've been doing so on a regular basis this season and have made it known that he's one of their primary targets ahead of what is expected to be a very busy summer at the Emirates Stadium. The source for this one is goal.com, and they do mention that the player himself does prefer a move to the Bundesliga instead. The story does mention that Arsenal might lose either Lacazette or Aubameyang, and Arteta has said many times now that he wants Aubameyang to stay and he wants the contract situation sorted sooner rather than later. And you would imagine that Champions League football obviously will be in the back of the mind of Aubameyang, but for Lacazette, because he isn't really a guaranteed starter at the moment and has struggled this season, he might be looking to move on instead. Gazzetta dello Sport are saying that Everton remain in the hunt for Napoli defender Kalidou Koulibaly. The highly rated centre-half has been heavily linked to a move to Manchester United, but the Red Devils appear set to face competition from the Toffees, and the main reason that Everton want him now is because boss Carlo Ancelotti, who wants a reunion with a Senegalese star. Now, I'm not saying this as a dig to Everton as a club, but my guess is that with Koulibaly now entering his prime, if not in his prime, he has got one more chance to get a move to a top side. The likes of Real Madrid, Barca and whatnot, I don't think Everton are close to that level. Manchester United believe that the club can pull off the signings of both Jack Grealish and Jadon Sancho, and this according to Bleacher Report. Sancho's top priority is Champions League football, and if Manchester United can secure it, then Old Trafford will become his preferred destination this summer. United will also offer Sancho the number 7 shirt famously worn by George Best, Cristiano Ronaldo and David Beckham, and not to mention Eric Cantona. Barcelona are planning to make a few big signings this summer transfer window, and because of this they do intend to use Felipe Coutinho as a makeweight. And Coutinho, despite his form the last couple of years, his value is still very high, obviously nowhere near how much they paid for him. But Bayern have made it pretty clear that they don't intend to make it a permanent basis. And because of this, the article does mention that Barca could offer him to PSG, that's a potential deal for Neymar. And the next two stories are from Calcio Mercato, and they are saying that AC Milan are once again considering an approach for RB Leipzig's defender Dayot Upamecano. He was also linked with Arsenal very recently and was also a target for AC Milan last summer, that's before ultimately staying in the Bundesliga. And the second story is that Manchester City are lining up a summer offer for Inter centre-back Milan Skriniar. The Slovakian defender has been high on the Premier League giant shopping list for some time now, and they reportedly previously made a €65 million offer, which obviously Inter did decide to reject. And although Inter would rather hold on to the 25-year-old, they apparently would consider offers in the region of €85 million, or £74 million. Arsenal will offload Mesut Ozil, Matteo Guendouzi and Socrates in order to finance the summer signing of Orkun KOKCU. He's a player currently plays for Feyenoord, and the story is from the Daily Mail. The Gunners are currently leading the race to sign the Feyenoord youngster, and they're lining up a summer move for him, but to do so will have to make room in the first place, and that is by selling the trio I mentioned before. Arteta is willing to let them go if they can bring in the promising 19-year-old, though the fee hasn't been mentioned just yet. But that, guys, is going to be it for this video. So if you could do that good stuff by leaving a like rating, press the subscribe button if you're new, and press the bell notification next to it so you never miss an upload. My previous episode will be down below in the description box, and in the comment section below, who's going to win this weekend's Manchester derby. So thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you next time.